What up, you guys? It's Marvel. I'm back. Welcome back to another Blast from the Past comics that all Marvel owns. Oh, Marvel, which is me. This one's a good one. This one's my favorite character. This comic I got at Comic Con. Um, this comic I actually got it because I read it before in Essentials. This one's Thor number 136. Read this in Essentials and I saw it. I was like, oh man, I gotta have it. I saw it on Comic Con. So I picked it up, bought it. Now it's mine. Well, with every comic, any comic, old, new, whatever, handle it with care, especially when you're taking it out. Because most of the comics are very fragile. Yep. Beautiful art. You can see Odin, Thor, Jane Foster. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, right here you see the splash page. It says to become an immortal. Written and drawn by the great legends Stan Lee and Jack the King Kirby. In this right here scene, it appears that they are in Europe. Thor is going to take his love, Jane Foster, to Asgard, to Odin to make her an immortal, not knowing what has to be done for a mortal to become an immortal. Let's see what awaits. Thor tells her not to fear as he swings his hammer to go to Asgard and shows her Asgard for the first time. And she is marveled at what she is looking at. They are standing at the Rainbow Bridge. All of a sudden, the Asgardian army appears because they are going on to battle against the trolls. Basically, now they're just saluting Thor, saying what's up, as they are going to battle, like I said. Jane Foster is startled or scared as she sees a captured troll, but Thor tells her not to fear, for she'll be seeing trolls and more as she becomes an immortal, a goddess. She trembles at the sight of Heimdall, who's just standing there with a sword, as they go onward to see Odin in his palace. Wouldn't you be afraid of a big guy holding a sword? I would. We see Odin in his war room analyzing where to attack the trolls. As Thor and Jane enters the room, Thor presents Jane to the All-Father Odin as she trembles at his sight. Thor reminds his father, Odin, that he once told him a couple days ago that he can marry Jane. And Odin kinda under his promise, and first he transforms and preps Jane to become a goddess. For only gods can marry gods. And in Jane's transformation, Odin bestowed her powers, especially of flight, as you can see in this one. Jane is wowed that she can fly, because that's one of the powers Odin gave her. But soon she doubts herself and starts questioning the power of flight. Soon she starts falling, only to be saved by Thor, and he tells her that she must defeat her earthly fears. Odin begins to realize that she may not have what it takes to be a goddess, an immortal, but gives her another chance. He summons the unknown with the sound. Unknown is a monster. Odin tells Jane her next challenge, that is to face the unknown monster. Jane is fearfully forced into her next challenge. Thor tries to give her some comforting words and tries to remind her that she has powers, but her fear overpowers her and she cannot take it longer as the monster approaches her, and she yells for Thor. Thor, madly in love with Jane, heeds her call, the call of his damsel in distress. He manages to beat the monster and send him back, basically setting him free with a mighty blow of his mighty hammer. And looking at this next page, Jane looks like she's gonna have a mental breakdown. She doesn't want a life of fear and madness, doesn't want to be a goddess. Odin explains that monster feeds on fear, and Asgardians show no fear, but Jane does. Thor tries to convince Odin for her to stay, but Jane doesn't want to stay, for it is horrible and maddening to her. Odin agrees with her and returns her to Earth. Thor kinda mad at Odin, for he believes that Odin planned this all. Odin tells Thor in his mad voice that he is the king and he knows what he's doing. And both know that she wasn't meant for immortality, for she is a frail and weak human. Odin quickly tries to comfort Thor by saying that with all his power he can't change no one's emotions. But then he sends Thor to guard the glade of crystals from the unknown monster that Thor kind of freed in battle a little while ago. But some troll beat him to it and sounded it off to summon the unknown. We see Jane back on Earth in a hospital with no recollection of what had happened, almost as if Odin wiped her memory. She is a new nurse and resident to that hospital as we see there. While that is happening, Thor is battling off the unknown monster who he saved Jane before. As the fight with Thor and the monster goes on, it seems like Thor was about to be nearly defeated until someone comes in to aid him in battle, and both simultaneously fend off the monster. Turns out 'twas Lady Sif, the beautiful warrior, who aided him in battle. Thor marveled at her beauty and recognized her almost immediately. They basically caught up while Odin was looking at them from his realm in his throne. Here we go into Tales of Asgard. As we see here in the splash page, there shall come a miracle, written and art by Stan Lee and Jack the King Kirby. Here we see Odin in Asgard looking upon another place where Thor is battling Fafnir as a dragon. Fafnir is the former king of Nasron that was sentenced to death by Odin before he was dragon. As Odin is looking upon Thor in battle, he hopes that Thor slays Fafnir, for the land of Nasron may have some miracle if he's slayed. Then we go to the actual battle as Fafnir is trying to finish off Thor and the rest of the Warriors 3. Thor strikes his mighty Mjolnir to the ground, which crumbles the floor in which Fafnir is standing upon, to his supposed death. Right. They defeated Fafnir and they claimed their victory, and they also saw Volstagg in the stone cage, but they freed him really quickly. Thor and the Warriors 3 ride off to their next destination, and it is rain that is the miracle. It has never happened on that land. Rain is the promise of a new beginning, of a new day. Well, you guys, we reached the mailbag. You guys know that this is basically the end of the video. Hope you liked it. This is a new way that I'm doing the videos now, and forever, I hope maybe. So if you liked it, comment, subscribe, like, and all. Thank you, and have a good day.